Imagine, for a moment, the silent darkness of a child's bedroom. The world outside is hushed, the night sky pooling its starlight across the ceiling. In this quiet sanctuary, a child drifts into sleep, and somewhere between wakefulness and dreams, a story begins to unfold. In that story, the impossible becomes possible. A city floats among the clouds. A lost loved one returns, smiling. A wish is spoken, and the universe listens. But what if, just what if, that dream was more than a fleeting illusion? What if the simple, sincere dreaming of a child could ripple outward, nudging the very fabric of reality itself? To some, this idea may sound like pure fantasy, a flight of imagination better suited to fairy tales. Yet, as we journey through the realms of science, psychology, and ancient wisdom, we discover that the boundary between dream and reality is far less rigid than we might think. Throughout history, dreams have been regarded as portals to other worlds, messages from the soul, or blueprints for what could be. Ancient Egyptians believed dreams were communications from the gods, offering guidance or warnings. In indigenous cultures across the globe, dreams serve as a bridge between the individual and the collective, shaping rituals, decisions, and destinies. Even in the modern era, dreams are not dismissed as mere byproducts of sleep. Instead, they are studied, interpreted, and sometimes revered as glimpses into deeper truths. But how exactly might a dream, especially that of a child, have the power to shift reality itself? First, let's explore the mysterious world of the subconscious. Our waking minds are limited, filtering out most of the stimuli and possibilities that swirl around us. But in dreams, the subconscious is free to roam. Here, the rules of logic loosen. Here, creativity and intuition reign. Some psychologists, such as Carl Jung, spoke of a collective unconscious, a vast shared reservoir of archetypes, memories, and symbols that connect all human minds. According to Jung, when we dream, we are not alone in our private worlds. Instead, we tap into a collective field of experience that shapes, and is shaped by, everyone who dreams. Is it possible, then, that a dream, especially one charged with emotion and intent, could send ripples through this field, influencing not just the dreamer, but others as well? Modern science offers intriguing clues. In the frontier of quantum physics, researchers have long been puzzled by the observer effect, the phenomenon in which the act of observing a particle seems to influence its behavior. In other words, consciousness itself appears to play a role in shaping reality at the most fundamental level. Some theorists suggest that reality is not a fixed, objective stage, but a flexible tapestry, woven by the perceptions and interactions of those who observe it. If this is true, then dreams, vivid, emotionally charged experiences, could potentially have a subtle, cumulative effect on the world. Perhaps especially so when the dreamer is a child, whose mind is unburdened by skepticism and cynicism, whose imagination knows no bounds. Consider, too, the idea of manifestation, the notion that what we vividly imagine, believe, and desire can eventually come to pass. This concept appears across spiritual traditions, from the law of attraction to the teachings of mystics and sages. While skeptics dismiss such ideas as wishful thinking, modern psychology acknowledges the power of belief and visualization. Studies show that when we imagine ourselves achieving a goal, our brains activate the same neural pathways as if we were actually doing it. This primes us for success, boosting confidence, creativity, and persistence. But what if this process did not stop at the individual? What if, in some mysterious way, the dreams and intentions of one mind could ripple outward, influencing the collective? History is filled with examples of individuals whose visions, dreams, in the literal and figurative sense, sparked revolutions, inspired inventions, and changed the course of humanity. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream of equality echoed in the hearts of millions, helping to reshape society. Inventors like Nikola Tesla claimed their breakthroughs came to them in vivid dreams. And then there are the stories that defy easy explanation, the tales of premonitions, prophetic dreams, or moments when many people dream the same thing at once. While these accounts are often dismissed as coincidences, They remind us that the boundaries between minds and between dream and reality may be more porous than we realize. Even in the laboratory, shared dreaming is being explored. Researchers at MIT have experimented with targeted dream incubation, using cues and sounds to guide the content of dreams. Early results suggest that, with the right prompts, groups of people can have similar dreams, blurring the line between individual imagination and collective experience. So, could a child's dream truly shift reality? Perhaps not in the flamboyant fashion of fairy tales, cities rising overnight, or wishes granted at the snap of a finger. But if we listen closely to the whispers of science, philosophy, and shared human experience, we discover a subtler, profound truth. Reality is not a static, unchanging monolith. It is a living tapestry, woven from the threads of perception, intention, and imagination. Each dream we dream, especially those charged with innocence, hope, and creativity, adds a new thread to that tapestry. The dreams of children, unbound by the limitations of adult reasoning, may in fact be the most powerful of all. They imagine worlds where kindness triumphs over cruelty, where the impossible becomes possible, and where every person is connected by invisible bonds of empathy and wonder. If enough of us share in those dreams, if we allow ourselves to imagine, to hope, and to act upon the visions that rise within us, perhaps we do, in some small but meaningful way, shift the course of reality itself. So the next time you hear a child sharing a wild, beautiful dream, pause and listen, for in that moment, you are not merely witnessing the play of imagination. You may be catching a glimpse of reality in the making, a reminder that, together, we are all dreamers, shaping the world with every sleeping vision, every waking hope, and every shared story. Reality, it seems, is not fixed. It is a shared dream, woven anew with each passing night, and every single dream has the power to change everything. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video.